Hi all, my name is Emmanuel and I'm a Nigerian. I want to air my view on the nationwide march that has been put together by a few NGOs and TUFACE IDIBIAS being the face of it. I'm in full support of it, and I believe that is the right of the citizens to make demands on government for good governance. Nigeria is in a sorry state, and it's very clear that this administration and the one before, and even the one before, have had no idea, and these ones have no idea of how to run a country. They don't know how to run a government. And I've made it very clear from the beginning, even on live television, that the biggest issue we're having with people in authority is simply because they have no knowledge of running any form of economic entity at as a small scale, at a lower level. And so they have found themselves running the affairs of a state or of a local government or of a country for that matter, and then they have no knowledge to carry on, no experience to fall back on. Nothing can come out of them because they have no experience whatsoever to run anything effectively. That's what we're going through right now. And in line with the march protest, it's a wonderful one. It's a great one. While TUFACE, my dear friend, and all of the others are doing it, marching towards Igomu on Monday, we want to engage government too. Because I've been hearing a lot of things. Oh, he's this, he's that, probably saying stuff about him and all that. Fine. All young people in Nigeria are not clueless. The youth of this country are not entirely clueless. Some of us have some brains in our heads. And so we're even ready to engage government on policies of government. We want to tell them and think about those policies, argue them out, see their faults, ensure they get better or get better policies as replacements and get this nation out of the ground. When this administration came in, the dollar was not the rate it is today. When this administration came in, things were not like this back then. Things were better than it is today. Excuse and all that's not going to save anybody right now. Insults on, I've gone online. You go on Twitter, you see all sorts. That's not what we need now. We need constructive solutions that will move this country forward. And it's not going to come from all that. We need to sit down with government and present our case and present our papers. I'll say something briefly. I'll touch on one area briefly. The issue of diversification, the policy of diversification of this present administration to agriculture, I'm wondering, what's the plan? Where are the seedlings? Where's the land? How far has the Ministry of Agric diversified the Nigerian economy or improved the agricultural sector? The biggest thing we hear is Lagos State government and Kebbi on the lake rice. Do we have any federal government project? What do we have to show for federal government? And government is talking of diversification of the economy. Is it a pastoral farming? Is it aquatic farming? Do we have improved seedlings? Is the government dealing with IITA? How many researchers? What of FIRO? What's happening to FIRO in Oshodi? That's owned by federal government. NIFO is also down. Oil palm research. The R&D department is down. Science and technology is down. Those departments should be networking. They should be synced. They should be discussing. And not at this stage, 2 years in the government. By now we should be seeing results. Action at least. Action. Now this morning we got a new one again. Government is going to they've set up a task force to force down the price of food stuff. I'm just laughing. Did you give the farmer the seeds to grow, to plant and then grow the plant, grow the crops? Did you tar the roads for them? Did you give them pesticides to ensure that locusts and what have you and rodents don't destroy their proceeds? Did you give them fertilizers? Their farm settlements, did you provide light for them? Did you provide storage facilities as silos for their grains? How dare you say you want to, what do you want to do? Did you construct the roads for them to ply on, to at least get the food to the market? Did you even build the market? Did you renovate the market? Then you want to, well, you see, these are things that make some of us laugh. If our fathers do not know what to do from the way it seems, that's what it is, we will run Nigeria better than what they're doing. We will not allow Nigeria to go down the drain. We will not allow Nigeria to be the laughing stock of the world. We will not allow people around the world to think that Nigerians are monumental dummies. It is sad. I get calls every day from outside this country. People are weeping. Nigerians are groaning. They're wondering what's wrong. Can't we just get this country out of the ground? President Muhammadu Buhari, we love you. You are a wonderful father. But Oga President, we need to pay bills. The country needs to get out of the ground. People need to get employed from the north, the south, the east and west. This is not a religious matter anymore. Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, you've got to eat. Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, you have bills to pay. You've got children to send to school. You need shelter above your head. You need clothes over your body. So it's not a religious matter. Let's just shove that aside. We're looking at purely economic issues now. The basic things that should work must work. I looked at the budget and I laughed. Still the same old story. Over 70% again on recurrent expenditure. 29% on capital projects. And you are going to borrow another 25%, equivalent of what you spent on capital projects. They're going to borrow. And I ask myself, are we moving forward? And look at recurrent expenditure. Aso Rock, the clinic again. Let's not go into all that. That budget is not a budget of change. That budget is not a budget of change. So what we're saying, we need to sit down and look at these things very well. You guys have done your best, our fathers. You have done wonderfully well. You have done all that you can. We appreciate it. But we think it's time for our fathers to leave the stage. We are going to guarantee you a loud vision. You need to leave the stage. 2019, don't bother running for office. We don't need you around there anymore because you really can't run this country any better. This is the best that can come out of you, whether as a governor. If you're a governor and you're not performing well, we need to show you out of the door. If you are the president and you're not performing well, sorry, you need to go. You need to go because if it's not working, it's not working. We need to run Nigeria properly. How come we're talking about power this time? Power? When the Atlantic is already making plans to run its own power system, generate its own power within the Atlantic. Can't Lagos source its own? Look at wind. Look at the sun. Even that entire Esangbedos forest can generate power from solar energy, from the sun, for at least 6 states in this country. Esangbedos forest alone can power 6 states in Nigeria. We're not looking at uranium now. We're looking at windmills. The oceans around us here. In the UK, on the banks of the rivers, the banks of the great rivers, in the United Kingdom, they generate power from windmills. What is wrong with us? Capital, if you say okay, right now the gas issue is as a result of the fact that we don't have light in Nigeria. The pipelines have been burst again and blah blah blah. I heard the head of the media person for the president. I don't know exactly now. He was on radio a few days ago, and they asked him about the power issue. They said, "Oh, when the people are vandalizing the pipelines, what will government do?" You know that these people need orientation. The host communities need to be addressed. You see, you cannot fight this. The root cause of all of this problem should actually be traced, and it's traced to poverty and ignorance. So what do? You enlighten the people and empower the people. Until Nigerians know that the pipelines that runs under their houses is theirs and is supposed to bring goodness to them and their nation that had believed for 30, 40 years and it did not work. And that's why they are doing damage right now. Someone needs to tell them we need to get back on that track, that this thing is yours and it's for the betterment of all. I need to leave it alone, and then they'll get the proceeds of leaving it alone. Then you are in business. They will protect those pipelines with their lives. We need to talk to ourselves. This thing can't continue anymore. So the march past, I'm in full support of the march past. I'm in full support. But we need to dialogue as well. We will talk with government. We need to put documents on ground. We need to debate policies of this government. The idea of welfare, paying people 5,000 naira. How do you arrive at that? You need a productive venture. You need a productive center that will produce money to furnish that kind of thing forever, or for as long as that government is in power. Where is that production center? How engaged are the people in that center to ensure that you even get those funds? Because in no time you run into problems, because you may not be able to fund them any further. And what happens after that? Please, I want to encourage our brothers in authority, our fathers in authority. There's nothing wrong when you try and make mistakes and can't get it right. There's nothing wrong in it. You just step aside. Mr. President should hire young people. Mr. President, we voted you in. Look for young minds that can deliver. There's no sentiment in the business anymore. Because if this government fails, nobody will remember any minister. Nobody will remember any governor. Maybe some governors, but all fingers will be pointed at you, Mr. President. We want you to succeed. We want you to make this nation great. We believe you have the ability, and that's why Nigerians voted for you. So you need to act in that light and fix this economy. Thank you.